please. Press conference on the celebration of 100 years of Catholic faith in Igbanke. We gather here to give this press conference to intimate the entire Catholic faithful all over the world and the general public of the great news that the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City is celebrating 100 years of Catholic faith in Igbanke. The grand finale of this celebration will be on the 29th of December 2023 at St. Thomas Catholic Church, Omoloa, Igbanke, beginning by 10:30 a.m. with a pontifical mass to be celebrated by His Grace, Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze, the Catholic Archbishop of Benin City. Igbanke, a greatly populated land in Oriomo local government area of Edo State, consists of 6 autonomous communities, namely Omoloa, Ake, Idumodi, Olije, Ota, and Igbonto. Catholic faith came into Igbanke land in 1923 through Mr. Thomas Asemuta and Mr. Edward Ijebo, who were both indigents of Omoloa, who got in contact with the Catholic faith during their voyage to England, where they worked for some years. At retirement, they came back home to establish Catholic faith at Omoloa. Thomas and Edward began to educate the people of Igbanke through teachings on the Catholic faith, and having won a few converts, they started a church in a hut at Obiwe quarters in Omoloa, Igbanke, which was named St. Thomas Catholic Church after the patron saint of Thomas. After gaining more converts, they started a school in that same location with the realization that education is a vital tool for evangelization. In 1924, His Royal Highness Nwanwene Irabo, who welcomed the Catholic faith, gave a parcel of land at Idumisi quarters for the construction of a permanent structure for the school, which also served as a church. The visiting priest at that time was Reverend Father Bo, under the leadership of Bishop Patrick J. Kelly. In 1927, after they had gained the first set of Christian converts in Omoloa, Edward went to Onmiyi, where he converted more people into Catholicism and established a church there, which he named St. Edward Catholic Church, after his name at Onmiyi, popularly known as Ogbaho, which was then the commercial hub of Igbanke because of the booming timber business at that time. In 1980, St. Edward Catholic Church was established as a parish under the episcopacy of Most Reverend Dr. Patrick Ebusele Egu, with Reverend Father Felix Chinago of blessed memory as the first parish priest to provide pastoral care for all the communities in Igbanke and all the communities in EC, in Umude local government area. St. Edward Parish then had 10 outstations under it, namely St. Francis Ota, Sacred Heart Olije, Holy Trinity Idumodi, St. Thomas Omoloa, St. Thomas Ogada, St. Gabriel Oza, St. Lucy Ogogoisi, Immaculate Conception Oheisi, St. Mary Izigiri Isi, St. Bernard OKHORO Isi. In 2010, the then Apostolic Administrator, Most Reverend Dr. Anthony Buji, established St. Gabriel Oza, St. Lucy Ogbogo, and St. Bernard OKHORO as parishes to cater for the whole of Isi communities. He also established St. Francis Ota as a parish, making it the second parish in Igbanke land. With the above pastoral development, St. Edward Onwiyi now has 2 stations under it, while St. Francis Ota has 2 stations under it, making a total of 6 churches in Igbanke land at the moment, namely St. Edward Onwiyi Omolua, St. Thomas Ezei Omolua, Holy Trinity Idumodi, St. Francis Ota, Sacred Heart Olije, St. Bonaventure Ake. In 2021, under the pastoral leadership of His Grace, Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze, the current Catholic Archbishop of Benin City, the Sisters of the Sacred Heart of Jesus established their Aspirancy House at Onwiyi, Igbanke, while the Daughters of the Sacred Passion initiated the apostolate at Igbanke that same year, with the hope that the apostolate of these 2 congregations would further boost evangelization and vocation to the priesthood and religious life in Igbanke land. The church in Igbanke is currently blessed with 6 priests working in various dioceses. The above mentioned pastoral feat is a motivating factor for this celebration of 100 years of Catholicism in Igbanke. This centenary celebration began in June with an opening mass. Within this period, a book titled Igbanke People, Culture, and the Catholic Faith has been published. It is a scholarly book with selected essays that gives a comparative study between some cultural practices of the Igbanke people and some aspects of the Catholic faith. This book is a pristine compilation towards the incorporation of the Catholic faith in Igbanke land and beyond. Other activities which have taken place to mark this centenary include quiz competition, music competition, games, corporal works of mercy, free medical outreach, and crusade. All is now set for the grand finale on the 29th of December 2023 at St. Thomas Catholic Church, Idumisi Quarters, the very land on which the first church and school was established about 100 years ago. The Mass will begin by 10:30 a.m. to be celebrated by His Grace, Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze, the Catholic Archbishop of Benin City. There will be buses at Holy Cross Cathedral and St. Thomas Aquinas, Ikobahil, to convey persons from Benin City to Igbanke for this ceremony. The buses will depart by 7:30 a.m. We are using this medium to invite the general public to this epoch-making event. Signed, Very Reverend Father Stephen Dumbiri, Chairman, Central Planning Committee. So, at this point, ladies and gentlemen of the press, we will entertain questions, or if there's anyone that wants to seek clarification on what has been presented on the celebration of Catholic 100 years of Catholic faith in Igbanke. Okay, let's take it from.
Good afternoon. My name is Gloria Egeton from the Catholic Social Communications. Father, thank you for the press briefing you gave to us. I just have 2 basic questions to ask you. And the number one is, we know the Catholic Church is very vast in terms of spiritual growth and development of the church. So, do the church, or do you have further plans to enhance evangelization at Igbanke? So the second question is, as you said earlier, you said we have 6 priests from Igbanke working in various dioceses. So do we also have reverend sisters from Igbanke?
Now let me answer the questions. For the first one, the plan for further evangelization in Igbanke land. As I mentioned, we have 6 autonomous communities in Igbanke, and almost all of them have churches located in these autonomous communities. As a matter of fact, one of them has 2. Omoloa has 2 churches, St. Edward and St. Thomas. They are all in Omoloa. But there is one that does not have a church at the moment, that is Igbanke. So the plan of the Catholic faithful in Igbanke and the Archdiocese is to make efforts to establish a church at Igbanke. That is our next target. And then Omoloa is also expanding various fast and various quarters, various residential areas coming up, and even for companies and establishments that have staff quarters. So we're also thinking of establishing churches to take care of those staff still in Omoloa community, so that in the nearest future we can have more parishes created from the stations we have in Igbanke. On the second question, we have 6 Reverend Fathers who are of Igbanke origin at the moment. Very Reverend Father Isaac Prest Ebegbe, Very Reverend Father Stephen Dumbiri, Reverend Father Francis Igudia, Reverend Father Jude Imafidon, Reverend Father Daniel Iyangbe. We have Reverend Father, all the 5 I just mentioned are priests of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. And then we have Reverend Father Eduke of Lagos Archdiocese. So we have 6 from Igbanke. As for Reverend Sisters, we don't have any Reverend Sister at the moment, so we are hoping that the presence of the Sisters of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Daughters of the Sacred Passion will stimulate the zeal to religious life among the guests in Igbanke. Yes.
Please, can you give us an idea of who are the special guests you are expecting at that 100th Centenary celebration? These personalities that you are expecting to grace that occasion?
The
The
Archbishop, as I said, is the chief host. All the sons and daughters of Igbanke, those who are Catholics, those who are not Catholics, they are the list of dignitaries from Igbanke. The list is numerous, it's long, so to list all of them now will be difficult. And we have extended an invitation to Catholics outside Igbanke, the laity, the CWO, the CMO, the CYON, the Papa Knights, the Knights of St. John, Knights of St. Paul, all the 90 orders in the Archdiocese have been invited, and we're expecting all of them en masse. So in a ceremony like this, all those who are associated with the Catholic faith are invited, and we have made all the plans to ensure that it will be a smooth ceremony.
Father, I have a question.
Okay.
Thank you for all the good. My question is, the Father taking note about the spelling of Father Hall, Father Paul is B-O-R. It's not B-O-R. It's B-U-R. B-U-R.
Okay. Okay, Father Ball.
Father Paul.
B-U-R-R.
Yes.
Oh, not Bo.
Not Bo.
You know, I was not born then, so. And those of you who are old, sometimes when the white man says, "My name is Father Ball," so they do not know whether it's Ball or Bo. So it's Ball.
I was one Father Paul because my uncle was his driver.
Oh, wonderful. That's it. So you have a legend here. This uncle was with the first priest.
I was a teacher in that school you mentioned there in 1956.
Wonderful.
That's great. Thank you, Father, for all the praise.
Thank you. So we have someone who taught in that school, St. Thomas Catholic School, Omolua, in 1956, sitting here with us. So let's put our hands together for him. Yes.
My own is just an observation. I'm seeing some new books on the table. I want to know what the books are about, whether it's related to the Centenary celebration or not.
Yes, as I mentioned in the address, part of the activities that we embarked on was to publish a book titled Igbanke, People, Culture, and the Catholic Faith. It's an attempt to x-ray the traditional cultural practices of Igbanke people, and to see how the Catholic faith can be incorporated with a better understanding of these cultural practices and also our understanding of the Catholic faith. We embarked on a comparative study to see how we can better understand the relationship between the two practices. So it's a book that has been published, and this book has been sent to different the branches of Catholic Igbanke Catholic Association all over the world. Coincidentally, today will be the presentation of this book for those of us in Benin City after this press conference. So the book is the fruit of this celebration, and it is a scholarly work that will enable us to have a better attempt at incorporation. So thank you very much for your participation, your audience, and for ladies and gentlemen of the press. Thank you for making this press conference possible. I'm hoping that you all will be there live on the 29th of December at Omolua, Igbanke. God bless you.
Thank you very much.